You think you have a valid medical malpractice case, and you call this attorney that you see on TV, and now he tells you, hey, listen, I'll be happy to review your records and review your case, but you have to track down all of your records. You have to pay for all of your records, and now bring all of your records into me. That's the only way I'm going to review your case. And you turn around and say what? What are you talking about? I've heard that attorneys review records at absolutely no charge whatsoever. What are you saying? You want to know what this is and why I ask this question? Come join me for a moment as I share with you some great information. Hi, I'm Gerry Oginski, a New York medical malpractice and personal injury attorney. And yes, there are lawyers out there in New York who turn around and say, listen, if you want me to review your medical records to see whether or not you have a valid medical malpractice case, I want you to do the legwork. I want you to request your medical records. I want you to pay for copies of all of your medical records. Whether it costs $5, whether it costs $5,000, you do the legwork, you pay for the records, bring it into me, and then I'll be happy to review it. Now, some people actually go ahead and do that. But you should know that the majority of attorneys who handle medical malpractice cases on a regular basis, they do that all for you. So you will come into the office, chat with them at length so they learn exactly what happened and what you think was done wrong. Now, if they decide to investigate your case, they will go ahead and request all of your medical records. They invest the time, they invest the money to go ahead and obtain all of your medical records. And now, after a number of months, when they've accumulated all of those records, now the attorney will then review every single page of every record they've gotten, as well as send it out to a medical expert for confirmation about whether or not you have a valid case. When you ask for the records yourself, the doctor's office or the hospital tends to provide it a lot quicker than if we do it. If we do it, it's going to be many weeks because our requests are going to sit on a pile of paper, and now when the clerk gets to it, they get to it, and that'll be weeks later. And then we get a piece of paper saying, okay, if you want copies of these records, you got to pay us X number of dollars. Send us a check. So now we send them the check, it sits on another pile, and now that by the time they get to it and photocopy it, it's even more weeks later. So that may be another reason why the attorney turns around and says, hey, listen, you want us to evaluate it? You go get the records, bring it in to us next week. We'll be more than happy to review them, send it out to an expert. So why do I share this great information with you? I share it with you just to give you an insight and an understanding into what goes on in these medical malpractice cases here in New York. You know, I understand and I recognize you're watching this video because you have questions or concerns about your own matter. Well, if your matter did happen here in New York and you're thinking about bringing a lawsuit but haven't done so yet because you still have questions that need answers, what I encourage you to do is, you know what I'm going to say, right? Pick up the phone and call me. I can answer your questions. This is something I do every single day, and I'd love to chat with you. You can reach me at 516-487-8207 or by email at Gerry, G-E-R-R-Y, at oginski-law.com. That's it for today's video. I'm Gerry Oginski. Have a wonderful day.